Hello, welcome to the video, and we're back. It's the day after Boxing Day 2025 and back for another video, and the post is working again. So that dropped through the letterbox this morning, another Tang Nano, and that means that I can do the 64 Tang Nano that I was talking about in my previous video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get it. I'm going to show you how it programs up, and then we're going to have a quick look at the core. So yeah, let's move on to that. Right, I know it's shaky cam time, we all like that. So rather than put it through the capture card and everything, I'm doing this quite quickly. So right, this is the Go Win programmer, and this is what comes up. And as you can see, I've added all the different things for flash memory in here. So to give you a quick rundown, you've got EX flash. Let me click on it, that'll be easier. Right, external flash. This is very important, the type, and then the firmware version here. Now the actual core is this bit here, and that's C64 NANO TN20K.FS, and I'm using a pre-built one rather than compiling it because this was released only 3 days ago, so there's no point compiling a new version. Oh, don't know what she's piped up for, but yeah, she can shut up. So yeah, as I was saying, this is only compiled 3 days ago, so I'm going to take the repository version that's already released, and this is it here. External flash mode, EX flash arrays program through GEO bridge. Yeah, no problem. It's going in as generic flash, and it's going into the first memory location. Right, now where this project needs support files, they're a little bit different. So what happens is, let's load up this one, and you can see here it's still external flash mode, but here you can see it's X-Flash C-bin, and that's different, and it's got to be C-bin for the other files. So down here I've selected the binary file, which are the DOS ROM files for the 1541, the simulated, and this is the memory location it's going to OC000, and you've got to do that for all the devices, as you can see here. So yeah, there they are. The device is GW2AR because that's a Tang Nano. So -18C is the one that I'm using, and you build up the different ROM files you need ready for flashing. Right, so what we're going to do then. Okay, I can't see what I'm doing because my viewfinder's tucked behind there. There we go. Right, so we're going to take this Tang Nano out of the packet. I'm going to do this holding the camera in one hand. So it's easier if you buy it with the headers on. Trust me. Yeah, there we go. It comes with the standard ultra crap USB, but they did the job. So what comes with it is a USB-A to USB-C regular type. So what we're going to do is just plug that into the Tang like that. Don't monkey fist it, you'll pull the connector off. Ask me how I know that. Right, okay. I'm going to plug it into the computer. Dun 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 dun. I'm going to go USB 2. Don't have to, but I'm going to. Right, now when that happens, you're going to get this happen. See what it's doing? Lovely. Right, so this, bear in mind, it's a brand new Tang, just come through the door, never been raced or rallied. Right, so then we go back up to here. So what are we doing here then? Right, USB cable setting. Right, I don't know how well this is coming out, but I'm looking there. There we go. Debug array, blah 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 blah. I've got it set to 2 megahertz. I think the default is much higher, but anyway, just leave it like that and just go save. Yeah. Okay, so now it's saying that we're all ready to rock and roll. Now all you need to do is press this play button here, right here, this one, and it should do everything. But it did not work for me with the Atari ST core, so let's try it. And there we go. Go win device not found, not found, not found, not found, and it is fucked. So we come back up here, we untick the bottom 3, and then we go again. There we go, it's programming as you can see. Yada yada yada. Here we go. This is all in real time, obviously. 16 seconds and it's programmed. So then disconnect that, select the second one, and then we go run. Go win device not found? Are you having a laugh? Okay, let's try it again. Oh dear. Well, we didn't like any of that. Right, so I'm going to select that and try cbin erase program without the verify. Let's try that again. And it programmed it. Oh no, no, hang on, what's going on there? Go win device not found. Ah, now I had a whole bunch of this stuff going on as well. So what did I do? I disconnected the USB. I'm doing this one-handed obviously, but I'm holding down this button. Now you've got 2 buttons here and I'm holding down this one here when I plug it back in. And this sounds like a faff because it is. Right, so I've plugged it in, I've still got the button down, I release it. Okay, let's go back up again. Let's try it again. And bam, it's programming. Look at that. Lovely. So, let's try the next one down. Program. Go in device not found. What a surprise. So we come back here again and we yank out the USB. Hold down the S2 button. Plug it back in. Yada yada yada. Let go of the button. Hold it down while you're plugging it in and let go once it's all in. And here we are. We'll back up here again and let's hit play on number 3. Go in device not found. Well, that's very strange. Oh, that top one is, why is that selected? Right, and it's programming. There we go. Right, dare I try number 4? Go in device not found. What a surprise. So here we are again. We yank the cable. Same little dance. Plug it back in. Come back up. Make sure that only, come on, focus. Doing all this handheld, so, and there we go, programming. There we go. Right, let me put this camera down and reset up. That is how we program these things up. Yes, it is a pain in the arse, and I had to do the same thing with the Atari SD core. This is nothing to do with the developers of the project. This is a Tang problem, I think. Yeah, shit happens. Anyway, this is the deal. You've got an arrangement inside of flash memory. It doesn't matter how many times you program it. It doesn't matter which order you program it in, because it will program that block and that's it. So as long as you get it programmed, it doesn't matter. Now, one of the good things about this project is that the developers have tried to standardize lots of different hardware, and in particular the FPGA companion. So I can literally pull the FPGA companion out of the Atari board, plug it into the 64 Nano board, and zap, it should work. Should. I'm still expecting there to be the same file limit, because I think that's in the, I think that's in the companion, but we'll find that out. I've got another board up here. Here we go. So this is the Atari board, and let's get this right way around. I can now fit this fully programmed Tang into the board, and at the same time I can pull the Pico out of here. I have got some more Picos, one or two, but I haven't got headers on them at the moment, and I'm not going out in the garage to do it. It's too bloody cold right now. So, here we go. Come on, let's just encourage that to lift out. Right. There we go. Now, that all should work well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in, hopefully not blow the arsehole out of anything, and we're going to go from there. See you in a minute. We're back again. It's the next day. I've had a few issues with this. I've managed to resolve them. One of the biggest ones was getting one of the ROM files to work during the flashing process. Now, as I showed you a few seconds ago for you, but when I was doing it, what I didn't realise was I was getting an error on the last one, which was Jiffy, and it was coming back FLSH format error, flash format. So what it turned out to be, and this is incredible, is the extension for the ROM file is bin, and okay, that's normal. Unfortunately, it was uppercase, so I had to rename it to lowercase bin, and then it flashed properly. I shit you not, that is exactly what you're dealing with. Anyway, they're all flashed and everything works alright, and yeah, so then I could get on with testing it. I've done a bit of testing, and yeah, so right now I've got something running right now, and it's pretty damn good. So let's have a look at the unit, and I'll show you what I mean. So shaky cam mode, here we go. It's exactly the same as this one, which is the Mystery Nano that I showed you in the last video. So yeah, same green LED if everything's alright. You've got status LEDs for stuff that are loaded. They've all got a bit of meaning, so yeah, a couple of really bright ones on the board and a flashing FPGA companion. So right now I'm running a PRG file, as you can see here. Absolutely superb. So I haven't got the sound on, but let me turn that on and you can hear what I mean. This is pretty good. Right at the end, that's clever. Anyway, so yeah, I've got that running. So if I reset it, I can press 12 and we've got an OSD. And this has got some good stuff in it. So I'm in storage, but you can detach and remove the cartridge, system, storage and settings, and reset. So if we hit reset, we'll go back to our Dolphin DOS 2, which is the default DOS mode. Just gonna want to refocus. So what you can do is then bring up your OSD, and let's try and get a bit closer to that. Under system, you can change your joyport settings. There's also a swap joystick in here, which is really essential. Anyone that knows a 64 knows that. So you've got lots of different options. You can use the Retro DB9 that's on the board, USBs. You can use a DualShock numpad joystick, which is a really good idea, and it works really well. USB mouse as a 1531 emulator, 1530, whatever the mouse was, forget the part number. So yeah, there's some good stuff in there. You've got an REU, you can turn that on and off, and you can choose your drive ROM. And this is, yeah, you can choose the ones that you loaded when you flashed it. So you've got Dolphin, CBM, Speed DOS, and Jiffy. And when you do that, you can also reset the drive in here. There's a turbo mode. I've got to check to see whether that's CPU turbo or 1541 turbo. Not really sure about that. I think it's CPU. Video standard, MIDI ports. Not sure what Pause OSD does. You can choose your VIC2, CIA and SID versions. And you can do some other stuff with the SIDs. You can have two SIDs as well. So you can see I've got it on the same address to give you a little bit like SODO stereo separation. You choose your offsets, RS-232, GeoRAM, tape sound, that works quite well. Yeah, so this is what you've got in here. You can reset your 1541 separately and do a cold boot. In storage, you've got floppy 8, there is no 9, so that's it, you've got one floppy drive. You can load a cartridge file, a PRG file. You can also load your kernel in here. So they didn't flash that to the ROM with the go win. You actually select which you want to load. Dolphin DOS is normal, but you can choose a different one. So I can come in here, go, for example, and go back to a stock one there. And that's pretty essential because the other speed ROMs, they take out the tape port. So if you want to load a tap file, this is the way you're going to have to do it. You've got a tap file here. You've also got filters for your SIDs and your disk protection. In settings, it's the same as on the Mystery Nano. If I set it to wide, it doesn't crash, it just goes blank screen, so I think it's going out of range. I've got some small scan lines on here. They look really good, to be fair. You can save your settings to the SD card. Yeah, so it's got some good features and it seems to work really well. So if I do a cold boot, so if we go system, and the good thing here is you can wrap around top to the bottom. I do like that. Let's do a cold boot. And it's remembered the bin file, hasn't it? Of course it has. Okay. I'm going to unplug this. I'm going to yank the power, plug it back in, yada yada yada. And it's remembered it again. Oh dear. Right. Which is the one that removes it? So we'll go into there. That'll be easy enough. Right. Okay. And before anyone asks, yes, I do have a full copy of Jiffy DOS. I've got actual retro chips with it. So I've got quite a few 64 machines. Right. Jiffy DOS. Now if I go into system, I can choose Jiffy, and then I can 1541 reset. There you go, Jiffy DOS. So yeah, if I come into here then and I load up, the reason why I prefer Jiffy over Dolphin is because it's more compatible with stuff. Right, storage floppy 8. Here we go. So I've only got a couple of images in here. Here we go, let's try this one. There we go. So that's selected. I'm going to do this longhand. I can never remember all the Jiffy shortcuts. I've got a cheat sheet somewhere, but I never use it. Here we go. Boom, just like that. So, doing something, look at that. I've actually got the sound off, so here we go. I remember having this game as a kid. I spent lots of hours on this. Now, as you can see here, different lights are on the side of the FPGA to show you what's active and what's working, what images are loaded. Do you have to press space? Oh, no. This is in real time. I know it works. There we go. Oh, that's a bit loud, but there you go. So here we are, in game. So while we're in it, now I've not tried this, so let's try this now. Oh, it's a CPU. Right, let's give it some Ned's head. I'm going to call this one Numpad Joy. Come on. Well, it's a bit hard to tell with this game whether it's actually working fast or not. Because this doesn't really feel like it. You really want something like Driller or something to test that. This is mostly pushing pixel, do with graphics, pixel graphics. Right. Okay. That did not show what I was hoping it to show. Ah. Well, what else have we got here? So we can press that one, do a cold boot. Lovely. And I've only got a few images on here. I don't think any of these will actually speed up, as it were. Yeah, there's only a couple of images on here. Okay, well, let's try a CRT file. Now, unfortunately, the two major problems that I found with this are it doesn't handle Magic Desk properly, and we've got the same file problem. Now, if we go into CRT, I've loaded up some stuff in here. The OneLoad V5 collection has an Easy Flash section. There's 49 images in it, and that's in here. Now when I select this, there we go, the keyboard has just shut itself and the FPGA companion has locked up completely. This is exactly the same as on the Mystery Nano, and yet you can see the core is still running. So it is an it is a FPGA companion problem. It doesn't like passing certain file directories. There's only 49 CRTs in there, 49 files, so I don't think it's a file number problem. I think there's something about it doesn't really like passing. So yeah, right, I've got to do this one-handed again, so let's just pull the power, put it back in, there we go, boot it up. Right. Storage, CRT. Now, I've got a couple in here, and that's loaded the CRT ROM. And it will take a few seconds and it will automatically reboot itself. Very clever. So this is a 1 meg Magic Desk CRT file. So if I press a button, nope, oh yeah, that one works. Oh. There we go. Now the graphic quality is excellent, as you'd expect through HDMI. You can press the standard reset. Which one's that in? System, isn't it? Yeah. No, I don't want cold boot. There we go. There we go. Back in again. Now, I don't know if you understand how Magic Desk works, but it's on a page, and it reads the page, and it pages in blocks of, I think it's 8K, and when you create these cartridges, there's a Magic Desk cart creator. You can make these images up to 1 meg, which is 128 banks of 8K. Now that didn't work, which is very strange because I tried this one yesterday. Let me just do a cold boot on that. Now that is very, very strange. That game actually worked yesterday. Right, I'm going to unplug this, do a reset. Power's back on. Now I've reselected the cartridge. And now it works. Right, there's something a bit wonky donkey going on there. There we are. Superb. Right, let me just put this down and I'll get to talking to you. Okay. Here we go. Well, yeah, the 64 core itself is coming from the Mister core, and that is superb. If you've got a Mister, you know what I'm talking about. The core is absolutely superb. Yeah, and that's what this is running. So when you're playing games and stuff on it, it works very, very well. No complaints. The whole Magic Desk cartridge thing, I think it might be a timing issue personally, because last night after several glasses of wine I had a quick look at the source code for both and it's identical. So more than likely a timing issue, but I've been out of that a long time. So I think it's a very easy fix. The big problem is yet again the FPGA companion. Being the Raspberry Pi Pico, it's just stalling out on enumerating the directory. So something wrong there. I think once they fix that, you've got a pretty pucker system. I tried some D64s yesterday. All the ones I tried worked perfectly. There was no issue there. Same with the PRGs, just worked. I tried a couple of tap files as well, and that is excellent. Yeah, that Nova load brings back some memories, I tell you. No, all worked fine. It is just two relatively small things that really stop this being absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, 49 files is causing it to fall over though, so I don't know if it's something in the file names. Strange. So someone's going to have to do something about that. But other than that, once these things are fixed, this is a banging little 64. It really is. And for the same price that you can make the ST, you know, you can have 5 of these boards made up. These mistle-dev boards, or Mystery Shield rather. mistle-dev's the actual name of the project. And you can have an ST, a 64. I'm going to try the Amiga one out as well. I know that's very early compared to these. Now, on the Mystery Nano video, there's some comments from one of the developers on there, and I think he's keen for me to explain that this is not a finished project. It's a mature project. It's been going several years, so you know it's almost there. It really is. Hopefully they'll nail these things down, and then yeah, well, little bing. I don't know where that got from. Yeah, so hopefully they'll nail down these small problems, and that'll be it. You know, this will be a full-on 64, and from what I've been testing, it's really damn good, really good. And for what, 50 quid? That's not bad at all. Really isn't. So yeah, same deal as with the Mystery Nano. It's so close. It's just two things and it's pucker. Yeah. Anyway, big shout out to the people that have been doing this, because it is a good project and it's worth doing. Once this is working properly, I mean, I'd actually use it. You know, or I'd actually use it downstairs on the TV to play games on. It is that good. The Mystery Core is also very, very, very good. Really impressed with the Atari ST bit. That's doing really well. I didn't have to compile the firmware this time for the Nano, for the 64 Tang Nano, because the release was only a couple of days ago, so I just flashed it as it was. There's nothing new to compile really. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up now. I'm going to give this yet another big thumbs up, and watch this space, because it won't be long. I'm sure they're going to jump all over this and fix it, and then that's it. It's pucker. I don't know how many LUTs are left in the core, why there's no device 9 for example, but I'm assuming that yeah, they've got their reasons for that. So yeah, big thanks go out to the people that have made the project, and as always, check out my compadres in the Discord. It's in the description. Come and have a look and talk some crap. And yeah, okay. It's done it again. Yeah, come and give us a look, all like-minded people, and enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Later.